boo-boo and decided it wanted to restart. So it just said, well, your computer, we've had an error and your computer is going to restart. We'll just go ahead and shut everything down for you. Ain't that lovely? It did that to me on a damn telecall when I was having to sign up to see my doctor. I love technology, but like I said, technology or tits, it's going to give you grief. I'm not sexist, really. Hey, fat people have tits too. I'll grow up. Okay. Anyways, back to this DragonLance stuff. Let's go ahead and attune myself here. Make sure that I'm happily ever after. I don't know what we're watching here. Let's go to make sure I'm back live. I'm just checking to make sure. Okay. There we go. Let's go to make sure I'm back live. I'm just checking to make sure. Okay. There we go. Enough of that silly shit. Okay. Okay. Do. Sit on a happy page. I want to turn the damn thing toward the mark, and I'll be goddamned if it didn't try to boot me out again. There we go. Okay, this will work. This will work. I think I can keep it set right there. All right, guys. I think we're rocking and rolling. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Okay. Let me get up here. Yeah, how you like that? I just got that repaired. I had to get his wing repaired. Zimber. That comes from the Dragon Strike game. Yes, I have that. It's down below there. I've got it. Hell, I'll show you. Look what. Yep. Dragon Strike. I've got it. Yep, I have the Dragon Strike game. I sure as hell do. I could probably do that one day too if I wanted to. I've still got all the pieces for it. I've got all the pieces for Hero Quest. But people have mostly done that shit. That's been there and done that. Okay. All right. What do we want to do today? We want to go through and let me load me up a little bit of weed here because I want me some weed before we start this little soiree. Okay. I don't have any music on. I don't have anything I can play for music. I sometimes wish I would, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to do me any good to have music on my stream. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and pick up where we left off with Raceland. Okay? All right. Let me see if I can just go ahead and mosey here. Okay. Get the DragonLance Classics book out. We'll use that. And the... Oh, yeah. While I'm thinking about it. Okay. Yeah. While I'm thinking about it, I got the DragonLance World Book of Ancelon out. Okay. I was studying here on Tasselhoff's parents. If I could find anything as a reference to them, I haven't come up with much at all. But as far as Taz origin stories go, there is, of course, Wanderlust. Oh, that again. One of my favorites, anyway. And probably Brothers Magier. I know two of them. Wanderlust. This one. Okay. And then, of course, you've got Dragons of Mystery, which is that splat book. Hold on just a second. I'm going to go over here and get it out of the pile here. We're going to go ahead and pull it up. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. Let's move this over here. Black Roses Bloom. I need to get that out and go through it, but we're going to take his ass to Sithka's eventually. We'll take Raislin's ass to Ravenloft. Okay. I'm just going to get my whole pile here. I ain't got time for this shit, so I'm just going to grab the whole pile. Fudge. I put it in a new bookshelf, but it's trying to fall down on me. So everything's all over hell and half of Georgia and trying to spell out all over Heather and John. It's real nice. Not. Get my chair turned around here. And all these damn PDFs and all this shit bunked up here. Look at all this shit, boys. I mean, and that ain't half of what I got here. Okay? Yeah, let's go through my PDF collection again. Y'all want to? All right. Let's see here. I already showed you this. This was the Forgotten Realms thing. If y'all didn't see it on my YouTube stream, this was a, I don't know what year this come out, but this is an entire Forgotten Realms, 1996 Forgotten Realms product tree advertisement. I'd like to have the one for DragonLance. This came in Dragon Magazine is where this come out of. Yeah. All right. We got Fighters Challenge. Okay. We got Clerics Challenge 2. These adventures right here, these were designed to be played with a dungeon master and a single player. You can actually play these by yourself. These are really good. You can look these up. These two in particular, you can find them on either drive-through. I want to say that this one, I believe, I found on Internet Archive. I'm not sure. I've had it for several years, though. Some of these may still yet be on Internet Archive. I don't know. You'd have to dig for them. That's all I can say. If you can find them legally, I say buy them. Okay? With anything, I believe that if you have a chance to buy something legally and legitimately, buy them. But I'll also let you know that most of this stuff, guys, is out of print. So even for drive-through to sell it to you, not all the time getting the stuff from drive-through is at 100% quality. I bought that Dragons of Despair PDF, and somebody else had another copy that was a much better quality than the one that I bought from drive-through. So sometimes it helps to be discriminating. This is part of the first quest. Okay. This in particular is significant by itself. This is Dragons of Glory. Okay. This can be made synonymous with War of the Lance, which was the computer game. And yes, I'll pull it up a little bit later today and show it to you. It's a snooze. Oh my God, it's a fucking snooze. But it is one of the DragonLance games. I will put it up there. We'll pull it up here after a while. All right, here you go. Here's Dragons of Dreams. Right there, yeah. This is the Dark Queen of Krynn. That's the Adventurer's Journal for the Dark Queen of Krynn. It's got Raistlin tied up there, as you can see. That's pretty funny. Okay. All righty, let's see here. Mutant Chronicles, Year Zero. That's the starter booklet. And we'll get started on that eventually. Okay, Dragons of Mystery, DL5. This was the official DragonLance source book for the modules. This one was not released until much later on in the cycle of all the modules being released. They didn't exactly have anything with the books when the books first came out, and then later on they did. They published some more modules and all this shit. And you'd have to go on damn drive-through and look at the damn official concession they made up for it, but or Wikipedia, one of the two. I've never claimed to give 100% consistent chronology of DragonLance or TSR. You know, I give basic knowledge of what I know versus what everybody else knows. Okay? I've never claimed to be 100% accurate in anything that I'm inaccurate on. I'll go look it up. Okay? You got a fucking internet. You can go look it up. Okay? All right, then. Okay. All right. What we're going to do here is we're going to open this up. I'm going to do the Soul Forge too. Woo, I'm showing a little bit of leg there. I showed a little bit of leg there. You don't need to see it. Well, I saw my leg there sticking out. I'm sure I'm not flashing nobody. My red was sticking open. No, I think I'm okay. I hope I'm okay. You saw a little bit of engine sticking out there. I guess we're going to have some problems, but oh well. It wasn't intentional, let's put it that way. I'm wearing boxers under my robe. So a lot of time my bathrobe. Half the time it's because I can't walk. Okay. Oh, shit. And here I done went and bent the damn thing and screwed it up. All right. Well, anyway, I'll try to reprint this one. These printed out okay, but like I said, I'd taken them and see these. I went ahead. I didn't bother putting these in book form because really what you're going to do is you're going to take them out during a gaming session. You're just going to take them out and slide them under glass anyway if you're using them. See? Dragons of Despair, Dragons of Flame. See? Even has the chapter layout of playing the damn modules. See? Obscure Death and How to Live with It. See? Heroic Survival. See, like in this one. All right? Dragons of Despair, Session 1. Assign characters, brief players on the story, discuss background, start Chapter 1. The road travels east. Ending after Encounter 26, Unicorn Grove as the heroes fly away on a Pegasus. Session 2. Chapter 1, Encounter 27, Gateway Pass. Until Chapter 2, Encounter 44J, Fallen Obelisk. The adventurers have now entered the city of Zaxxaroth. Session 3. Chapter 2, Encounter 44K, Plaza of Death, and down to the deepest level of the caverns of Zaxxaroth. All of Chapter 3. So I'm assuming that when they put this out, this is what it took them when they played all this shit out. Okay? First session, assign characters, brief players on story, discuss background, and then start Chapter 1, Road Travels East, ending after Encounter 26 at the Unicorn Grove as the heroes fly away on the Pegasus. That was the first session right there. See, that tells you how all of it's supposed to play out. DL2, Dragons of Flame. Okay, that's Shadow Sorcerer. Chapters 5 and 6, in which the heroes cross the plains of Quikiri, return to Solace, and are captured by the forces of Ermenard, right? And then they had to get imprisoned, right? 7 and 8 brings to the rescue and their stay in Qualinost, okay? Yeah, they got captured by the goblins in Solace after Ember lowered the end. And then, of course, the elves rescued them, okay? I don't remember the Dungeons of Slamori or the Assault on Pax Tharkas, though. Let's see. The Assault on Pax Tharkas. Dragons of Hope leading the way refugees out of the wilderness. That's especially Shadow Sorcerer right here, DL3 and DL4. Right there. See? Dragons of Hope, pretty much it ends at about Skullcap. They get to Skullcap from Dragons of Hope, basically, and that's Dragons of Hope. And then DL4, they get into Thorbarden, and then Adventures in the Floating Tomb and all that shit. See? But that shows you how to play it out anyway. That's really, really cool. Yeah, they talk about the Dragons of Kryn. Okay, let's find Tasselhoff's information here, because I've been looking here. All right. There are two different places on Kryn that the Kender inhabit. All right. One is Northern Urgoth. Now, Northern Urgoth is where Hallow is located. Okay. It's not the same place as Kendermore. Okay, there's Kinderholm and then there's Kindermore. One's in Balfour and one's north of them. I'll point it out to you on a map here in a minute. Let me finish this up here. Hold on just a second here. It's wanting my attention again. If this son of a bitch fucking restarts again, I'm going to get pissed. It better not do that shit again. Oh, boy. Okay. And let's see here. Now, the Gods of Krynn. Y'all can see this pretty good, I suppose. Yeah, how the heroes met. The gods of evil. Yeah. Yep. How the heroes met. The following short story tells what happened prior to the start of the DragonLance game adventure. You can let the players in your campaign read it since their characters lived through the events portrayed. For more information about the early days of the DragonLance game heroes, read The Test of the Twins by Margaret Weiss, Dragon Magazine number 83, right? And A Stone's Throw Away by Roger Moore, Dragon Magazine number 85. I've got to find number 83 again. I had that Raceland in the Night of Solamnia, but I need to get The Test of the Twins again. It's in Dragon Magazine number 83. Go to Internet Archive. You can find it. I'll have to pull it up again because I don't think I've got it printed out. Yeah, she wrote the story, The Test of the Twins, for Dragon Magazine. Okay? She sure did. And later on, she wrote The Soul Forge. But The Soul Forge was actually written... I want to say The Soul Forge was probably written before The Test of the Twins, but I don't know. I could be wrong on that. Like I said, most of the DragonLance that I was exposed to wasn't necessarily written by Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman. I was kind of a latecomer to it, too. See, that was a hard pill for me to swallow as a DragonLance fan, guys. Even though that I grew up in the 90s, okay, I was a 90s kid, and I picked up DragonLance about 1994, okay, is when I picked it up. DragonLance had already been a thing for over 10 years. They had already been there, done that. Margaret and Tracy had already left the company and gone on to other things. So it was a hard pill for me to swallow as a kid, you know. Even with the DragonLance box set, you know, it was kind of a shock for me. It was kind of a Superman's dead moment, you know, when they formed it. Hey, they did not do any of that, the box set. That was put in by TSR after they had left. You know, but it's just the sort of, you know, thing. You got to grow up. Santa Claus don't live at the North Pole. Okay? These people are just writers. But like I said, you know, it's not their fault. I don't blame them for it. You know, hey, they were just writers. There were a lot of people who worked on DragonLance. And your exposure to DragonLance may not necessarily be my exposure to DragonLance. So anybody that has the argument about, this shit's not canon, or this shit ain't right, or this shit ain't right, well, really, if you want to get down to brass tacks, none of it is, because it's never been 100% consistent since the damn thing was released. Okay, that's the 100% truth right there. Okay, none of DragonLance has ever been 100% consistent. So it doesn't necessarily make it wrong; it just makes it different. Okay. Kindermore is not exactly considered to be official canon. However, it is considered to be one of the favorite damn Tasselhoff novels. There's Kindermore and Wanderlust. These two make up the bulk of Tasselhoff Burfoot's history. He's kind of a mystery man on that end because they wrote him out pretty much. You see everything through Tasselhoff's eyes. Okay? He is pretty much the reflection of the player to the extent. Okay? He plays the fool, and of course, you know, you see everything through his eyes. All right, let's go over here. All right, this talks about Tasselhoff, okay? But I recommend both of these books, guys, Wanderlust and Kindermore. I think they're still in print. You can find copies of them. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you can get them on Kindle. Those were very popular books, okay? Wanderlust and Kindermore were very popular DragonLance books. I'm pretty sure they're still in print, okay? All right, Tasselhoff. The same week Kitty Yara left Solace, an 18-year-old Kender named Tasselhoff Burfoot arrived in town. He had a pack full of maps, some delicate and ornate, some scrawled in his own hand. Taz was coming to the end of his wanderlust. At some time in their lives, all Kenders suddenly get the uncontrollable urge to travel and make the great map of every land. No Kender going through Wanderlust has ever completed a full map of his or her wanderings. Tasselhoff's map was confused, so his story went, by an unfortunate incident with the teleporting ring, which kept transporting him to unknown lands without notice. No one ever saw the ring or believed the story either. All anyone knew was that he came from somewhere in northern Urgoth and was part of the Stoke clan of Kenders. Okay, so he came from somewhere in northern Urgoth. My story takes place, him as a child. His parents were originally from northern Urgoth. In northern Urgoth, which is basically, it's a part of Salamnia, okay? Northern Urgoth, they have German accents, okay? Think of the Nords in Skyrim. In Skyrim, the Nords, they speak with that sort of accent. Well, in northern Urgoth, in my Dragonlance games, they have a northern Urgothian accent. So that's why Astrid, as a Kender from that region, talks with a slightly German accent. Astrid Damaris. She has a slightly German accent, or Hungarian, or Prussian, whatever you want to call it. I forget what Zsa Zsa Gabor was, but anyway, she's got a German accent. Okay, but most Urgothians, that's why I had picked that. When Burfoot, that's what I call Taz's daddy, has got his little boy in the drunken human who doesn't speak common, but he said in Urgothian, Tasselhoff, ha 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 ha. Okay, and that was my explanation for it. Okay, so that's where I got that from. He came from northern Urgoth, is where he came from. Okay, northern Urgoth is not Kindermore. Kindermore is actually located east. Okay, northern Urgoth is north of them. Hilo is, I guess, north of Balfour. We'll look at it on the map, but they're two different places. There's Kindermore, which Taz eventually settled in, and then there was northern Urgoth. Okay, northern Urgoth was Hilo and Kinderholm. The Cataclysm hit, and it basically reduced Balfour to a port town. It's real confusing, but that's where I got the northern Urgoth thing. Okay, his parents left northern Urgoth and headed, I guess, south to study the Plainsmen. We'll look at that later. I've got some of that shit rolling around. I was going to ask Margaret Weiss about it, but I don't know if I don't really have the proper report to ask her about that. I kind of pissed them off with the whole Kalen thing, asking about that. You know, they didn't write that. But, hey, I don't know. I don't know if they ever wanted to address Tasselhoff's parents or not. Harold Johnson created Tasselhoff, so I think they left it open. It was anybody's interpretation, okay? And I can understand why they did that. But in my games and in what I've written, I talk about his parents, okay? Him as a little boy, how he got his name, little things like that, okay? All right, let's go back to this. All right, all anyone really knew was that he came from somewhere in northern Urgoth and was part of the Stoke clan of Kenders. Taz left home with everything his parents thought necessary to a Kender's survival in the world. In addition to his maps, Taz, like all Kender, loved maps. He carried a coil of strong rope, his hoopak sling, and another bag full of odds and ends he had acquired during his life. For Taz was a handler, as are most Kender. The term thief is considered in poor taste. Taz arrived in Solace during the spring festival. The season for travel was just beginning, and Flint, who worked hard all winter preparing for his journey south, was displaying his wares. Taz wandered by Flint's booth and stopped to admire the dwarf's handiwork. Like all Kender, he recognized good quality workmanship when he saw it. A copper bracelet caught the Kender's eyes. It was exquisite. Taz was charmed. He looked around. Tanis, who normally did not participate in the selling end of the business, was breakfasting at the end of the last hole. Flint had disappeared in the back of his tent to bring out more merchandise. No one was around. Taz tried the bracelet on. It fit perfectly. Obviously, it had been made for him. He turned his arm this way and that, admiring the way the bracelet captured the light. He looked around again for the owner of the booth, pretending to ask the price. No one was there. Well, thought Taz, I'll just come back later, and walked away. Unfortunately, he had absentmindedly forgotten to remove the bracelet. Taz hadn't gotten very far when he came to a stop. Most ungodly commotion had broken out behind him. Turning to see what was happening, he found himself face to hat with a red-faced dwarf yelling something about thieves and shouting for the guards. Taz stared at the dwarf in amazement, wondering what all the excitement was about. The Kender even looked around, hoping to discover the thief. This just seemed to infuriate the dwarf more. Flint stomped his feet, grabbed the Kender's arm, and nearly twisted it off, trying to recover his bracelet. Tanis returned from the inn to find a large crowd gathered outside Flint's booth. It was not the kind of crowd he liked to see. Hearing Flint roar, he sighed. Then, charging the crowd of gaping yokels, he found his partner apparently about to beat up an innocent-looking Kender. Tanis took charge. He quickly dragged Flint back to the booth. The Kender followed. This was more fun than he had had in a long time. Flint shouted something unintelligible and pointed to the Kender's arm. "Oh, this bracelet," Tad said, wide-eyed. He finally understood. He truly had no intention of stealing the bracelet. He had just wandered away, forgetting to remove it. Tanis, barely able to keep from collapsing with laughter, mollified his partner. Flint accepted Taz's explanation reluctantly. "You don't know Kender," the dwarf growled at Tanis. He shook his fist at Taz, but the Kender just grinned. Tanis told Flint that he had just heard of a new route to the south and wanted to check it out before they started on their travels. "New route?" said Taz brightly. "I just happen to have a map." The Kender reached into his bag and pulled out a map, bringing nearly 20 more with it, all spilling to the floor. Tanis began to sort through them and was amazed at what he saw. There were maps of lands he had never heard of, maps of lands that looked familiar but were different. These, he thought, dated long before the Cataclysm. Soon he and Taz were deeply involved in discussion, while Flint stomped around in a huff. Before the dwarf knew what was happening, Tasselhoff Barefoot had become a traveling companion. So basically, Tasselhoff made himself useful. He had maps. And then, of course, Tasselhoff to the rescue. Taz was wandering through Solace one day when he noticed a large crowd watching a performance of some sort. Always curious, Taz ambled to see what was going on. I guess he was staying with Tanis and Flint at the time. Okay? He found a teenage boy, who was Raceland, performing pretty good illusionist tricks and collecting coins in a hat at his feet. Taz was enjoying the performance along with the rest of the crowd when suddenly a venerable, white-bearded old man wearing expensive robes shoved his way through the people and grabbed the young conjurer by the shoulder. "How dare you exhibit your skills for money?" the man shouted, shaking the boy. "You'll ruin the reputation of my school." The boy's face darkened. Taz felt sorry for the teenager, who had a fail appearance. The Kender knew a master mage when he saw one and decided to create a diversion by deftly swiping the mage's bag of spell components. "Here, throw it to me," yelled a husky boy on the edge of the crowd. Taz turned and saw a teenager who seemed to be the young conjurer's twin. Gleefully, Taz tossed the bag to the young man. The mage, rolling around, exploded in rage when he saw the Kender, demanding to know why Solace was becoming the repository for all kinds of riffraff. Taz and the boy were just getting into the spirit of the game when a taller, older youth stepped in, took the bag from Taz, and returned it to the master with a bow and an apology. By this time, the young conjurer had melted into the crowd. The master seemed to have forgotten about him. He took the bag with a scowl and walked off. "Blast, Sturm, you spoiled all the fun," said the husky teenager good-naturedly. Sturm, the older boy, was about 20, tall, slender, and well-built. The expression on his face was serious and solemn, as though he carried the sorrows of the world on his shoulders. The robust twin was Caraman, Taz learned. The conjurer was his brother, Raceland, and the serious youth's full name was Sturm Brightblade. Caraman shook hands heartily. Sturm bowed gravely, and the conjurer said nothing beyond a brief thank you. Raceland studied Taz with eyes that seemed to eat into the Kender's soul. Taz was extremely curious about the young men, particularly the twins, one so open and friendly, the other so dark and secretive. He found himself wondering about the quiet youth, too, who had an air of nobility about him. It was obvious he did not come from Solace. Taz invited them home to meet his dwarf. Tanis was away visiting Qualinesti. The half-elf found himself drawn back home periodically, although he was already sorry he went. Flint was alone. He grumbled when Taz showed up with his new friends, saying sarcastically that the couple of teenagers were ideal companions for the Kender. The dwarf fed them a good supper, however, and sat around the fire to hear them tell about themselves and ended up enjoying the evening as much as Taz. Caraman did all the talking for himself and his brother, describing their sister, their deceased parents, and their home life in great detail. His brother sat huddled near the fire, scowling occasionally when Caraman revealed anything too personal. The older boy, Sturm, startled both the dwarf and Kender by announcing gravely that he was the son of a famous knight of Solamnia. Taz and Flint both glanced at each other. The knights had fallen into ill repute in the north. Yeah, okay, at the beginning, okay, Taz knows this too, okay? The barbarians and the knights, basically, Northern Urgoth had been taken over by barbarians, okay, and had fallen into ruin after the cataclysm, okay? So everything was all to shit, including the Kender. The Kender were basically being treated like second-class citizens, even though the Kender home was there. And when Taz's parents were there, they had a choice that they could either stay and remain in the kingdom of Hallow, remain second-class citizens, or they decided to travel. And so they did. They left. They took baby Taz and they left. That's in my game. Okay? All right. All right. His father was a knight in whom the blood ran pure and true, the boy said. He had sent Sturm, his only son, and the boy's mother, to Solace to escape the turmoil in the north. It would only be a matter of time, Sturm knew, before his father would send for him. At this, Cameron nudged Raceland and both looked knowingly at Sturm. He hasn't heard from his father in years, Cameron hissed in a loud whisper. Raceland shook his head at Cameron's rude behavior, and Sturm's face flushed. Flint quickly changed the subject, seeing that his curious Kender friend was about to ask an embarrassing question. Flint asked about their training as warriors. Sturm and Cameron both jumped up, eager to show their skill. They got into a friendly rough and tumble contest with the dwarf, which ended in a great deal of overturned furniture and broken crockery. Taz, seeing Raceland watching the other boys with envy, asked him to perform some tricks. The evening ended in gaiety and the young men becoming regular visitors to the dwarf's house. Tanis, returning from Qualinesti, was sound asleep one night when a frightful scream woke him and caused him to grab his sword. Chasing through the darkness, he came upon a young woman fighting a group of hobgoblins. Tanis leaped to her rescue, killing the last bandit. To his astonishment, however, the young woman turned on him in a fury. The half-elf backed up as she berated him in language he hadn't searched, or he was in the barracks in Pax Starkins. I had the situation well under control, she raged. How dare you spoil my fun? See, Tanis had obviously been to Pax Starkins before, okay? If he had heard language in a barracks in Pax Starkins, that means he had been there before, okay? Tanis still backing up, she swung her sword with deadly accuracy, protested that he heard screams. Of course, she said, pointing to a dead hog humped into a tree with a dagger. The creep screamed a bit before the end. Tanis stumbled over a tree root. The young woman was on him in a flash, but her anger had changed to admiration for the handsome half-elf. Tanis found himself absolutely fascinated by this wild, darkly beautiful woman. Their combat turned into a friendly wrestling match in the leaves. The wrestling turned more friendly in the night, and Tanis' life was ever changed. Woo! She put it on him. And then, of course, they talk about the incident in the boat. Yeah, the boat trip. Yeah, Cameron thought he was going to catch a fish with his hands. Yeah. And everybody fell in the damn water. Yep. And we're black hair cut short. Yes. Kitty R had short hair. She's a pixie. Yes. All righty. Yep. Okay. All right, guys, we got that. We read some of Tasselhoff's origins. Now, let me plop open that map here and have a look-see here. And then we'll fire up a video game or two. How's that? And we might read some Soul Forge. Fuck, I'll do all kinds of shit today, y'all. We hanging out. Okay? We is a hanging out. Okay. Put these in here so they don't get messed up. Sometimes they go, sometimes they don't. Shit. This is the pain in the ass. One, I can't see. So I'm having trouble here. I'm going to load my bowl here in a minute. I'll get a drink of tea. And then we're going to commence. We're going to commence. I'm going to pull some stuff up. You're going to have a great time today, y'all. I guarantee you that shit. All right. Over this way. I'm going to start running some D&D on the battle map. I'm going to actually start having some sessions, and we're just going to start playing some. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. It's what we're going to do. It's what we're going to do. Yeah, you can see the screen behind me. Oh, Lordy. Okay. For just a second here, guys. We're going to get acclimated here for just a moment. Okay. Let me get out me some... Well, turn the camera and let you look at my wall here. Look at the... Well, maybe. Maybe. See my DragonLance paintings on the wall? I got Time of the Twins there. And you can see the other one behind it. See there? I got that one on that wall. I got that one on that wall. And Dragons of Autumn Twilight on that wall. And then on this wall behind me, I got the Saga and Dragons of Flame. So my room is decked out, y'all. I got a DragonLance room. The only thing that can make it better than that is maybe a DragonLance bedspread and some curtains. I'm dorking out. I don't care. I'm 40 years old. I'm a big kid at heart. And 14-year-old me is all fine with it. I think it's pretty damn cool. Okay. Play some, here's the Lance here in a little bit. Play some DragonLance games. Let me put this shit back on the shelf here so we don't get it messed up and get it all funky like a monkey. We're going to get it all funky like a monkey. Do. Bear with me here, guys. I'm just putting some shit away here. Yeah. Damn it. Screw up my PDFs if I'm not careful. I don't want them crushed. Oh boy. Alright. You're still being pushed out of the way. Damn it. Damn this fucking thing. As soon as I arrange my bookshelf, guys, and keep it from falling down, we'll be okay. Right now, it's in the process of trying to fall down on me. I just replaced the bookshelf, but unfortunately, my shit's not exactly 100% straight. I've taken some stuff out of my bookshelf, so hence it's trying to collapse. Yeah, I had to replace the bookshelf the other day. I got a completely different bookshelf now. All right, what was I going to... Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to load a bowl real quick. Yes, I want a bowl. It's lunchtime. It's time for my lunch. Past my lunchtime. I didn't get a lunchtime. You know what I'm going to do? Oh, they're going to load me up a bowl here. That's what. Let's see here. I got a little bit left. I ain't got a lot, but I got a little bit. Oh boy. Okay. Get the small one. There we go. You make it squeal, you'll get another hit. Make this puppy count, boy. Let me put my pipe together here. Hold on just a second here, guys. This is a very delicate operation. I do not want to waste this damn bit of boo here. I ain't going to be able to get any for a while. Which is okay. I'm not worried about it. When I'm working and busy, I don't smoke that much anyway. Calms me down, though. It helps, helps with appetite. Okay, guys. Yeah, I don't have any music playing. You know me. I'm just being me. I'm loading me bowl here. Just as simple as can be. Loading a simple bowl here for me to imbibe some of the silly salad. Okay. Got me a nice little bit of animal face here. A little bit of animal face is what they call it. Y'all that are in the, all you DragonLance stoners know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about animal face. I am a medical marijuana patient. I legitimately have a reason to smoke it. I didn't, believe it or not, I did not smoke pot until I reached about my mid 20s. I didn't really smoke any pot when I was a teenager or in my early 20s. I worked and kept a job and did all this, that, and did what I had to do to get my shit together. And I didn't start smoking weed until much later. So there you go. But like I said, it's not for everybody. You know, I can't tell you how to live your life. Okay, I can take care of me. I can't take care of anybody else. You know, as to what they imbibe or what they do. Drugs for me, when I was younger, I had kind of a hardline stance. I didn't even like people that smoked weed because a lot of times people that smoked weed were assholes toward me. But as I got older, it got a little bit different. Okay, it's all in the caliber of people you're around. Um, some people drink coffee, some people smoke cigarettes, some people don't do neither. And I look at drug use the same way. Okay, there's some people who don't drink or smoke at all, and that's okay. You know that? You take care of you, okay? There's nothing wrong with being completely sober, okay? And there's nothing wrong with liking to imbibe. Now, there is something wrong if your habit tends to make it hard on one other person. If the fact that you can't eat or you can't hold a job or you can't get food on your table or it's stopping you from getting on with the rest of your life, then yeah, you got a problem. But who am I to say if somebody wants to sit down and smoke some weed, you know, hey, it's helped me. There's some people I wish would smoke. But like I said, it's not for everybody. You don't need a lecture from me, okay? I'm not going to try to convince you of it. All right. I'm a medical marijuana patient, so hence I smoke. I go stem hits, boy. I go stem hits. Oh, yeah. Oh, yo, shit. I got a good whop off of that one. Yeah, buddy. That's when you feel right. Yeah, I like it when I go to hit my bowl and it takes one hit and I feel right. All right. I'm going to let you in on a little secret here. Okay. Many years ago, back in the early days of the internet, and you can ask, and you can, I don't remember, I think Trampus Whiteman still runs Kencyclopedia. He may be able to recall the post. There was a post on Kencyclopedia that I posted. I must have been 14 when I posted that, so I know I was underage. But I posted a question on there that said, have Kenders ever been known to smoke Mary Jane? And what was funny, they added a thing that said, who is this Mary Jane and how can we smoke her? But it was, the question, would Kenders smoke pot? Well, obviously, at the time, pot was illegal. To answer this, it's not completely unheard of. It's possible that a Kender could make a bong out of his hoopak and have a toke while out adventuring. It'd probably mellow the Kender out, though. They probably would, if they found it from a herbalist or found it in the wild. I don't know as a Kender would actively use it, but I mean, cannabis has been used for thousands of years. So in a Dragonlance setting, would they have something of the equivalent? Most likely. Most likely. If they can get drunk on something, I'm pretty sure that they can smoke something and get high too. Drug use has been part of our culture for thousands upon thousands of years in some form or another. And every religion on the planet, every culture, every nationality has some form of either getting high or fucked up. Even if it's not in the physical sense. Some people get high off of prayer or meditation. There's people that can do it. You can work yourself into a frenzy. There's ways. People have certain ways that they get off, I guess, as you can say. People have been doing it for thousands of years. Thought I saw somebody in chat, but no, I don't have nobody come in my chat. Well, hell, you can't hardly get in chat. Shit, you got to be logged into Twitch. Okay, most people are not going to log in. Okay, for the plain simple reason it's a pain in the ass to do so. To comment, you got to log into Twitch. Okay, and you got to verify. So you got to give them that little code and all that bullshit. So fuck that. So I don't blame you a bit. But I usually repost these to YouTube. I have no problem with that, but you could all get a hold of me on YouTube, Twitter. Don't contact me through Facebook. I've got a Facebook and you can look me up if you want, but I'm probably not going to add you because the plain simple fact, Facebook, I don't know. I've always been of the fucking mind you can get along with everybody as long as you're not fucking related to them. It seems like all the asshole relatives use Facebook. You get in trouble with Facebook, I tell you. People too much up in your business. And that can be bad. That can be damn bad. I gotta blow my nose here. Hold on just a second here, guys. I need to blow my nose. Did they take my damn... Oh, damn them. Hell yes. Comes in and takes my damn... I love that weed, but it makes my nose run. Sorry, guys. I'm blowing a nose on stream. That's kind of gross. I don't know. You can see it. I know. You just got a knife full of me blowing my nose on stream. Sorry. Hey, you get the warts and all, okay? I'm going to tell you right now. You live with my ass, okay? We're live, baby. We ready to rock and roll. Ain't no fake bullshit on this fucking channel in any capacity. It's coming to you 100% live, 100% free, and 100% honest. There's no script. Because I don't know the next fucking word coming out of my mouth half the damn time. And that's the damn truth. Any of y'all want to get together and attempt to play some AD&D DragonLance, let me know. We'll set something up on Twitch or Discord or something. See if we can get something rolling. I'd like to. I really would. Okay. Something I need to explain. Like I said, when you're playing in somebody else's campaign, it doesn't necessarily matter what you yourself know about a particular setting, okay? So say if I'm in a Dragonlance campaign and it's somebody else's campaign, it doesn't really matter how well I know the lore or what my character knows or what I know. It's what my character knows. When you play, you're supposed to fit yourself into the DM's setting, world, whatever. Okay? You're to play that to the best of your ability. Okay? Even as hardcore as a Dragonlance fan as I am, okay? If I'm playing in somebody's game, I'm not going to interrupt the DM and say, "Oh, that's not right. That's not right. That's not correct. Actually, this map here." Does my character know that? No. So, let me impress upon you all. Even though I've shown you tons and tons of Dragonlance merch, okay, tons of shit, okay, tons of books, when you're at a table, everything that you know is for dick, okay? You fit yourself into the DM's world that he has provided for you. And as such, the DM, you respect the way that DM has set that up, okay? Now, granted, it would probably kill me at some of these damn 5th edition tables because, I mean, I've seen them butcher the Ravenloft shit, okay? And some of the Dragonlance. It's just, but like I said, it's not my table, okay? I can do what I want at this table right here, okay? This table right here is my table, okay? But when I'm at somebody else's table, the rules apply for the DM, whoever is DMing. You basically, as a player, are expected to play along, okay? Play along with the DM, you know. And if it's fucking boring, then don't play with them. Okay, simple as that. Okay, but I will definitely say the hardest fucking thing that I ever had to learn as a high-functioning autistic person, okay, was learn how to shut the fuck up when it comes to the give and take aesthetic at a gaming table. Okay, one, you gotta wait your turn. You gotta zip that lip. Okay, and most of all, you gotta listen. And sometimes look, but see, I'm blind as shit, so that one you can get away with. Okay, but any of that at a gaming table, guys, it is a very social experience. I can definitely say that I'm 40 years old now. I was not acclimated enough to understand the basics and the specifics of it as a kid. Dungeons and Dragons is something that most of the time it was very nerdy, very quiet, very reserved people were usually the ones who played Dungeons and Dragons. It wasn't the boisterous fucking, hey, no. Most people that played Dungeons and Dragons had a fairly good modicum of intelligence about them. Okay, these are people who worked for NASA. They could do hard math in their heads. I mean, a lot of these people, they weren't necessarily the geeks that were getting 100% picked on either. I mean, they would have bullies and shit, but most of the time, anybody that had a formidable group, you had basically the middle neck beards. The middle neck beards were usually the ones that didn't get fucked with as much because they were some of them that were actually pretty fucking tough. I was like in between being a middle neck beard and being fresh meat. Once I got a little bit older, I got up a little bit to being in that between. But hell, I didn't. I had problems with assholes all the way through high school, and it didn't end until after high school ended. Okay, and I still had problems with assholes, so it doesn't matter. But my point being, most of the people when you played Dungeons and Dragons, you had to be fairly sociably. You didn't necessarily have to be a social butterfly, but you had to have a modicum of give take aesthetic. It's very, very hard for somebody that's autistic or somebody that's very outgoing. That's why a lot of these damn me people, method actors and actors, big ego people, are sometimes hard to deal with at a gaming table because they want to make the splash, they want to be right there, or else they want to make it about two central characters and that's it. Okay, and that's very, very hard to juggle as a DM. Okay, the hardest thing that I ever had to learn as a high functioning autistic was how to shut the fuck up. Okay. The give or take aesthetic. I don't care whether you're playing music with somebody or you're at a DM table or you're doing a video game or hell, you're at work with somebody. Okay. A lot of times it helps, you know. It's all about this, not about this, unless you happen to be the DM. Because what's this going to get you? Yeah, I know some smart ass tries to fuck with that. He trying to be cute and pick something he overheard. What was I going to do? Yeah, I'm holding it up. I'm sitting there. Okay, yeah, you're holding it up. We see it. What? It looks pretty, don't it? Actually, it's blurry as shit, but the inside come out pretty good, and the back of it come out pretty good. You can see the back of it. I judge it by how well you can read the print on it. Yep. I'm still tickled pink how this come out, the way Ma did this. Oh, yeah, he had gone to the Tower of High Sorcery. Do we want to begin that again? I think I'm going to do that again for another stream. I think I'm just going to begin that as a Soul Forge Part 2, and we'll do that part as a stream. But here in just a second, we're going to do something on that. Oh, while I'm looking at it, you know, I'm a Kender. My attention span, it goes from one thing to the next. There's a little attention deficit disorder, son of a bitches. And I'm showing a little bit of leg there. A little bit of hairy leg. Okay. I need to get this big ass map. Oh, Lordy. Okay. soon as I can find it. I mean, the maps is fucking, southern Ergoth. But it was northern Ergoth is where he was at. Okay. Originally. They said he come from somewhere in northern Ergoth. Okay. And on the map here, okay, this is northern Ergoth. It's basically an island. Okay. It's an island to itself. Okay. Now there's also Island Kender. But yeah, it's an island. See that or not? Northern Ergoth, right there. And it's ruled by an emperor, but it's an old empire, the Ergothian Empire, old Ergoth, and so it was. Yeah. Northern Ergoth, relatively mild summers. One of these, Northern Ergoth enjoys relatively mild summers that last from Gorge to Rormont and winters that last from Phoenix to Chiselmont. Currents from the South Syrian Sea cool the island during the summer and help to moderate the freezing effects of winter. The sea also makes for humid air, which brings heavy vernal thunder showers and thick snows, except in the south, which is removed from the ocean's breezes. The land is green and lush. Okay, now, this is where it gets confusing, okay? Because if I'm thinking correctly, okay, they're describing the climate, okay, well, that's in northern Ergoth, okay? But if I'm thinking correctly, yeah, because let's see here. It's here. Hold on. Let me find it. See, because there's Balfour, there's Kendermore, there's all that shit. But it's Curno. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Hilo and Kinderholm. Now, see, okay, get this shit. All right. They talk about Hilo. All right. Now, the geography, it's in northern Ergoth. Okay. Forest blankets the northeastern edge of the island in northern Ergoth. Here the Kender dwell. The forest of Kinderholm has only one major city, Hilo. The cataclysm not only destroyed the 5 other major Kender cities in the area, but also made the wilderness village of Hilo into a port town. Kinderholm, see, there's Kinderholm, and then there's the Kender nation of Goodland, okay? See, Hilo is 150 miles farther north than Goodland, okay? Kendermore, if I'm not mistaken, is in Goodland, okay? Because he's a Goodland Kender, okay? So he's from Kendermore, right there, okay? See here? Balfour, there's Kendermore. If I'm thinking correctly, okay? And we'll pull out the big map again. I might have to get out the table map again and look under it, but there it is. Okay, where's it at again? See, there's Kendermore right there. See? Yeah, it's Goodland, yeah. See, this is the Goodland Peninsula. See? Kendermore, Goodland, okay? So there's Kendermore, okay? And then there's Hilo, okay? Hilo is in northern Ergoth. It's on an island, okay? Kendermore is still connected to the continent of Ancelon, okay? So, what that means is, if I'm thinking correctly, okay, correct me if I'm wrong on this, okay, let's do the math here, but if I'm thinking correctly, that means that Taz's parents originally came from northern Ergoth, okay? That's the island, all right? Kendermore is where they later settled, okay? They ended up in Kendermore. Kendermore is where it takes place, and that's where he was taken to as part of the marriage in that settlement. It's almost like Kendermore's almost got an Israel thing, an Israel quality to it, don't it? Kind of does. The Dragon Isles, those are the islands. Okay. Pez could possibly be from one of those islands, maybe. Or it could be from one completely different. Kryn is huge, actually. Okay. All right. Yep. I cannot fucking say that goddamn word. Abanasinia. Abyssinia. There we go. Abyssinia. Abyssinian. There we go. Damn it. Okay, there's the climate map for Kryn. There's the Corollas Mountain Range, Solamnia, Balfour. Okay, see, now they call it Balfour is because it's kind of fucked up. All right. Yeah, the Citadel crashed. Okay. Finally, the Kender coaxed the Citadel to crash land in the Citadel Mountains. Okay, so 400 years later, a clan of Kenders spotted the first flying Citadel. The wonder curiosity led the whole clan to a calamitous embarkation. Disembarking was another matter. Yeah, in 3051, the Greystone breaks loose from its captors, transforming those near at hand. A newly transformed Kender named Bailiff gathers together others who had been similarly transformed by the stone. Bailiff called his wandering tribe the Kindred or Kender. A longtime confidant of Sylvanos, Bailiff received a deed from the elven ruler for lands east of Sylvanesti. There, in a small forest similar to their homeland, the Kender settled in 3043 PC. That's before the Cataclysm. They called their city and their nation Balfour in honor of Bailiff. Okay, when the Cataclysm happened, the meteor hit, it turned everything into a port town. So it turned Balfour into a port town. Okay. Hollow, okay. Hollow was created when they crashed a damn citadel into the damn Northern Urgoth. So, what that means, Taz was part of those industrious little fucking Kender that had the Stoke clan who had originally crashed that citadel into Northern Urgoth. Smart little bastards to fly citadel in the first place, okay? So that's where I got the idea for highborn Kender, okay? Highborn Kender is a colloquial term for any Kender that's born that's not a nomad, that's born within one of the cities that has ancestry going back at least 200, 300 years, okay? Now, makes sense that they would want to keep track of Tasselhoff and see who he married, okay? Remember, they sent a bounty hunter after him to make sure he got married. It was important. Now, I wonder why. Maybe it was because of his breed. He just had good stuff, good genetics. Well, think about it for a second, though, okay? If those damn Kender were smart enough to fly Citadel with the gnomes, see, they don't want gnomes and Kender working together because when they do, buddy, they get smart, okay? They flew that fucking Citadel into those fucking mountains and started Hollow. Okay? Yeah. So, that's pretty funny. But, yeah. But then the Cataclysm hit, turned everything into a port town. But if you think about that, though, they wanted to keep Taz in Northern Urgoth. I would say that it was being occupied, mostly because the Solamnics had fallen into ruin. So anybody there, it was occupation. It'd be just like the Weimar Republic when it fell apart right before Nazi Germany took over. Yeah, there's a lot about Kender that's definitely that's European in origin for sure, whether Jewish or otherwise. That's for damn sure. It seems like, yeah, it's Taz. But anyway, his parents, as far as I can tell, were probably in Northern Urgoth when he was a baby. And Northern Urgoth, seeing as the fact that they were probably very important, they had probably flown that damn flying citadel in and had been of some note. And then, of course, along with the decline of Urgoth, whether it be second-class citizens, they decided to move. And so they left. And so that'd be kind of funny that Uncle Trapspringer crashes a fucking spelljamming ship right back into Northern Urgoth again. Same place that he crashed the Flying Citadel again. Crashes a spelljamming ship right into their common. That would be kind of funny. Either there or Kindermore, one of the two. But anyways, okay. So they kind of make a circle, basically. Taz's parents had actually came from, they traveled while he was a baby. So I'm assuming that they had traveled south or either gone across the sea to Balfour and ended up in Kendamore when he was a baby. Okay, they had probably come from Northern Urgoth when he was a kid. Okay, because he talks about living in Kendamore, and that's where they had hauled him back. I'm assuming that he had probably grown up in Kendermore, okay? And then later, he went back to study the Plainsmen just like his parents did. His parents traveled all over the place, so that makes a lot of sense. They were very smart, and they were map makers, okay? They were cartographers. His dad was a master map maker, obviously for the Kingdom of Hilo, whatever that was, in the old days before the Solamnics fell. Well, it was the Cataclysm, but still, they were very important people at the time. And then, like everything, it just fell into ruin. And Kinder lived a long time, so it's hard to say how old It's hard to say how old Taz's parents were. They could have been several hundred years old. They could have been older Kinder. You never know, because Kinder lived ages beyond. But from what I can gather, they took Taz when he was a baby from northern Urgoth. They made their way, possibly either south or east, possibly passing through Haven and Solace. It's where Taz ended up. He eventually came back to. Let's put it that way. But he basically went, and I don't remember in the novels when they reached northern Urgoth. I guess they do, but I'm trying to remember when they do. But he obviously he grew up. They said he grew up in Kendermore, but then he came back to Solace. But his parents studied the Plainsmen near Haven. They had actually settled in near Haven for a time to study Plainsmen. So Tasselhoff's kind of like a military brat. He's kind of like an army brat. He moved around a lot. Is the best that I can describe the little man. Now, as far as his daddy's name, I would assume, okay, his uncle Trap Springer, I looked this up according to Kindermore, his uncle Trap Springer's full name was Trap Springer Furfoot. Okay? Now, if he calls him his uncle Trap Springer, I was thinking maybe his dad's name was Burfoot something. Maybe his dad's name was Burfoot Trap Springer. And so his uncle Trap Springer might have been, well, it's Trap Springer Furfoot, so he was a Furfoot to begin with. And it was his uncle Trap Springer. Maybe Burfoot married a Furfoot, and that's why it's his uncle Trap Springer. So maybe Taz's mother was a Furfoot. Who knows what Taz's daddy's name was? Maybe they called him Burfoot something. I would say that his daddy's name was Burfoot Trap Springer, if you want my whims on it. Maybe it was. Because how does his uncle get the last name Furfoot? There you go. Is it his dad's uncle or his mother's uncle? Or excuse me, is his uncle come from his dad's side or his mother's side? My mother's a genealogist, so she does genealogy stuff for people. That's what she got her college degree in. She graduated from Emory and Henry. I'm not as knowledgeable as her on that shit. All I can tell you is that at least my family tree actually does fork. It forks. We don't all share our family tree don't look like a wreath. We don't all share the same tooth at Christmas dinner. Oh, Gina, what's her face? Oh, shit. Off of G4. Shit. I forgot her damn name. See her on Twitter all the time. The hot Asian girl that plays the D&D all the time. She's real cute. Big old eyes. Gina, what was her name? I don't know. Her and Cassim were the only two. Well, I liked Pereira. He was good too. G4. Boy, if that wasn't a fucking dumpster fire. Shit. Crash and burn. We don't. No. Look at that candor. Is that a Tina or a Taz? Because it looks like that Taz has a set of tits. Is that a Tasselhoff or a Terror? Because it looks like that Taz has got a set of tits. That Taz has a set of tits. that a Tazlahov? Is that a Terran? Because that Taz has a set of tits. Okay, what else we got here? There it is. Yes, I'm going to make up a character card for Astrid Damaris, and I'm going to use that one as her picture. Yes, I am. I'm going to make those up shortly. I'm going to make up their Paz and Damaris. I'm going to make up their character cards. I'm going to go ahead and compile that shit, and I'm going to start writing that. I'm going to write it up, and I'm going to read it out, and I may start posting some of it on Bloggy. Oh, I do. You might be able to look it up. You can look it up through my Instagram, though. I wrote something several years ago called Southern Gothic. I'm not going to say much more than that. You'll just have to look it up. Okay, what are we going to do here? Oh, we're going to play DragonLance game. We'll get around fart around here in a minute. Okay. But yeah, there's two different. Yeah, here we go. Okay. A second Kinder nation. Here we go. All right. A second Kinder nation appeared in northwest Ansalon in 2600 BC. An entire clan of Kinder became trapped on the first floating citadel, which drifted northwest and crashed against the spine of the Sentinel Mountains. The Kinder named their new land Hilo after its citadel, which was high and then low, and after its high mountains and low plains. In 2200 PC, Urgoth arose and forcibly annexed Hilo. They took them over. The Rose Rebellion of 1800 PC, Greek Cataclysm, returned independence to Hilo. The Cataclysm struck Hilo hard. All the Kinder settlements along the bay were swept under by tidal waves, and the city of Hilo itself became a port town. The eastern half of the nation disappeared, and the western half clung to the newly formed Isle of Northern Urgoth. The Cataclysm also decimated the land of Balfour, turning it into a desert waste. The Kinder left their homeland to barbaric desert nomads and migrated north. They founded a small forest city on the edge of a human ruin, now simply called the Ruins by the Kinder who explore it. Some Kinder believe that the ruins are the remains of one of the missing towers of high sorcery. After the Cataclysm, many Kinder refused to turn to civilization, preferring to wander the land. Recently, the Kinder folk were mustered by war by one Kinder of note, Cronin Thistlenot. This charismatic leader is a powerful hunter-turned-warrior. He organized the Kinder resistance to the Dragon Army threat. Okay. Western half of the newly formed island of Northern Urgoth, right? It's the western half, so it was Hilo. Yeah, so they went to Hilo. They sure as shit did. They found a small forest city on the edge of human ruin, now simply called the Ruins by Kinder who explored. Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. The ruins are one of the missing towers of high sorcery. I thought of that, and I think it does show up in the books, The Missing Tower of High Sorcery. But I thought of that. I mean, well, they did have it in Kindermore as well. But, yeah, there's something to that. I'm just trying to remember where the hell they were at. I'm thinking that they left Northern Urgoth and then went south to Haven and then ended up in Kindermore. They went south. So they started in Hilo and then ended up in Kindermore. Okay? If I'm thinking correctly. I hope I'm thinking correctly. I'm hoping I got that right. We'll have to read through that. But if any of y'all have a look-see at that, yeah, check through that. What we're trying to determine is Tasselhoff in his early life, okay, his parents. Where were they? Who were they? Where were they from? Where'd they start out at? Because if nobody knows, I'm going to tell it. Now I'm going to fill in the blanks. I can do just as good as anybody else. I've been gearing up for this shit since I was 12 years old. In gaming terms, it's okay. You know, I mean, they've already done to DragonLance what they could possibly do. There's nothing more they can possibly do to DragonLance right now. Seriously. So, by all means, you know, it can't be any worse than what's been done to it. So, yeah. I think Taz got more of a story to tell. He certainly does. Well, I mean, the newer shit that, Margaret and Tracy Hickman have, I mean, that's okay too. That's just an alternate universe, whatever. You know? I'm pretty sure there's more than one Taz bopping around. There's temporal Kenders. Yeah, he went all time traveling and shit, yeah. So, I'm not too worried about that. That Taz will meet this Taz eventually. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. That Taz will meet this Taz. Guaranteed. All right, guys, hold on just a second. We're going to switch over here, and I'll get us a game ready here, and we'll roll it out here. Pop me a. There's my lighter. Still showing that leg. I'm thinking of what to hook up today. We can do some Hero of the Lance again. I just got to get racing over that fucking hump. I saved it from the last time. Watch him shake his little legs. Watch him do a little dance. He's barefoot through and through. He's a hero of the Lance. I know you hate that fucking song. I don't care. I'm going to sing it. That's my song. I came up with that. I came up with that. That's my joint. That's my joint. That's my rhyme. Hold it now. That's my rhyme. Hold it now. Is my rhyme. I'm not mad. No, I won't make this rage my rhyme. I just hope that you shit your pants at the most inappropriate time. And when I first sang that out, I was trying not to cry. I want you to know that. Okay, guys. We'll be right back. Let me get this set up here. Okay. Oh, boy. All righty. Let's go back to it, Pruitt. Well, shit. As soon as I can. I'm sitting on something and I don't know what. Okay. Get my shit acclimated and together here. We'll be all right. Okay, hold on just a second here, guys. Just bear with me. Get my shit together here. I'm all over the fucking place. Okay, let me. Oh, God, I gotta start that shit again. Okay. Let me find it. Oh, God, it's probably going to have to update or something. Let me see. I shouldn't have to, but I don't know. I'll see. Just be patient. Just wait for GOG to load. I should have watched this some fucking DOSBox instead. As soon as I get us rolling here, guys, we'll do. You can hear it. I'm watching my screen here. As soon as I see it, we'll. Come on, dudes. Come on, motherfucker. Hold on. It's got to get it dialed in. Come on, goofball. Come on. There you go. Don't do this fucking shit. There we go. There we go. And I guess I ought to change the now that we're activated here. Hold on just a second here, guys. Hold on just a second. Let me straighten the stream out here. Come on, you bastard. There you go. Alright. Alright. Stream info updated. Yay. Okay. I'm just looking here. There we go. There's Raceland. Sitting pretty. God, I love this game. I'll tell you right now, it's fucking awesome. I love this game. This game out of all of them, I love it so. I truly love it so. I don't remember if that was correct or not, but whatever. All right, we're going to play the beginning again. I love playing the opening. I don't know why. I thought of seeing if this damn thing corresponds with the original Dragons of Despair map for Zach Zaroff, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know. Okay? I honestly do not fucking know. We'll play as Raceland. Okay? I'm going to try something here. See if there's anything here. Pick invisible. Okay. 5. I don't know if he casts that. Does he cast that automatically when he's not in the party? I don't know. I don't know if he'll cast that or not, but. Check invisible. Well, he's not even in there yet, but. Oh, shit. I won't worry about it. Oh, there we go. That's pretty cool, wasn't it? Oh! He didn't detect the trap this time. Damn it to fucking hell. That sucks. That I don't even know how to use. I was told that it has something to do in the battle. When you're in the battle road, you can throw it as an action, but I'm not sure. I think you can only do it in combat. Oh shit. Technically, you can play this with a numpad. So, yeah, you could play this fucking thing with a cell phone if you could get it to work. I'm pretty sure you probably could. If you get the buttons coordinated enough. Okay. What the fuck am I doing? That's just crappy fucking doing. Woo! I don't know what the fuck it is. Whatever it is, it's cued in. I don't know what the fucking spell is, but we'll find out. Lightning or something. That was weird. I don't know what the fuck it was, but by God, it's like lightning or something. Damn, I've never seen him do that one. See, you can pick up certain spells and shit that's, I don't know what the fuck it was, but I guess I wasted it. That might have been a powerful enough spell to. Yeah. And you hit 9 and then enter key and it makes him fly. Shit. Mm, that magic missile, really. Damn this motherfucker. That never gets old. Boom. There we go. There we go. Damn, that's fucking asshole. Oh, nice. Once you learn how everything works and you learn how to take your time on shit, it ain't so bad. What was I listening to? A lot of Queen, Beatles, shit like that. Yeah, kind of magic. Yes, yes, because the Highlander album came out, and I remember that. That was real big. The third one, but I remember the first one. I mean, I was a baby when the first one came out. I didn't get to see it till much later, but those movies I basically started watching when I was about 13, 14, something like that. Fucking dickhead. Oh, you fucking piece of shit. You killed fucking Rain. You son of a bitches. I don't know. I think it was in the NES game. Raceland wouldn't allow anybody to touch him with the damn staff. Yeah, that's what it was. In the book, she wouldn't let him touch him. That probably would exercise Miss Stanless from him. And but so far, guys, I've showed you how to do this damn game. I mean, it's you just have to fuck around with it and till you make sense of it. Alright, you son of a bitch. Your ass is mine. I don't know if racing will be raised again. Luckily. Would it explode? Look at where we are. At least there ain't a fucking draconian in here now. Of course, the enemies will sometimes alternate. He keeps getting killed. Never talking, just keeps walking, spreading his magic. Misty morning, clouds in the sky. Oh shit, Raceland, you're about to die, buddy. Touch him not, he is magi, motherfucker. Oh, you want me to do the Sling Blade Carl Childers bit? I don't, man. You didn't have to do that, Raceland. They would have left us alone. You shut your damn mouth. I seen these creatures. They's created using the blackest of rights. I can't do it right now. You shut your damn mouth. I seen these creatures' creation. They's created using the blackest of rights. There's a bunch of sympathetic plotter like that lost at the war. Hey, you my brother, but you're dumb. Can't knock no sense to Carmen's head. That take she ain't got no brain neither. I can guarantee you, they wouldn't have left you alone. They wouldn't leave you be. I witnessed their creation. They's created using the blackest of rights. Now why don't you shut your damn mouth? All right, there you go. There's my Carl Childers Raceland impression. Fucked up shit. Cheers. Yeah. I got him to the waterfall, didn't I? The waterfall has cured some of your wounds. Bada bada bam. How you like that shit? Well, see, Taz has no powers he's only as a physical character. He doesn't have any, I don't think you can get him to launch a rock if even if he's in the party. He won't do it. He has to be physically part of the party. Oops, to do that because he has two special talents. Well, granted, the Kenner is supposed to run ahead of the party. Most people would assume that you're probably playing as Taz because little Kender basically, Taz is the one that runs along and discovers everything. Everybody's looking through Taz's eyes, so the Kender leads the way. Remember, he had the map. He shows them the way. He knows where to go. Taz is the catalyst for a lot of shit in Dragonlance. Without Taz, there is no Dragonlance. To me, you can get along without Raceland, but you can't get along without Taz. Taz is Dragonlance. He honestly is. Holy shit, I made it. He didn't die. He didn't fucking die. As many times as Raceland got fucked with in this game, man, he didn't die. He didn't die in that one. He don't want that. Kinder might, though. Agar. Some bitches. Portals of some sort. You go through them, they teleport your ass. This is where you want to use Riverwind, okay? Web spell won't do fucking dick on. I don't think a web spell do shit on fucking. As soon as you see the fucking salamander, you want to activate that damn spell, though. Shit, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to duck. There's a dodge button, but goddamn if I don't remember it. Fuck. Oh, shit! Yeah, and you just jumped right toward the son of a bitch. Alright. That's how you beat the dragons. Okay? That's how you beat the dragons. Alrighty. I already did that. We already went there. Again? We already fucking crossed that. No, we didn't. Well, I know you can jump across it, but I don't think I want to try that. Oh, yep, he got fucked on that. Oops. Everybody's dying. Fucking shithead. He would be the one to make it. But you can't complete the game with that gold moon staff, so there you go. So guess what we're going to do? I'm going to show you Raceland's Damn It All spell. That's if Al's lost. You just damn it all. It's Raceland's Damn It All spell. None of that shit. All right, guys. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Don't you know when you Joe? Okay, guys. Close that out. Okay. Okay, guys. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for today. We went on for an hour and 55 minutes, and it's been one hell of a ride. I had an okay time, and I hope you did too. But like I said, my exposure to DragonLance may not be necessarily the one that you were exposed to. There's many different facets of DragonLance, and it doesn't necessarily make them wrong, just makes them different. You got 30 years worth of material. Like I said, as evidence. If I didn't care about DragonLance, would I have the shit on my wall? Seriously. A grown man, 40 years old. Okay. So there you go. All right, guys. This is Engine Joe, and take care of yourselves and roll on. Hopefully, I'll be able to put some more stuff out for you, and I'll see you when I see you. All right, y'all. I'll holler at you later.